Okay, welcome to another video. I'm going to run you through the Denoise feature and show you how that works. So I did a test basically in a car park to try extreme sort of amounts of higher ISO to see what that would give me. Running it low on memory, probably because I've got a couple of Gaussian Splat things. Let's see if... Okay. So this was pure video with the noise reduction from the camera, and then I also tried a manual noise. Oh, sorry, that's the raw, and this one I think will show you just the, well, you can see the sheer ISO horrendous amount of noise on here. So just to take you through how that works, I think this was the one that I did the training with, just to show you. See if I can play this on here. No, doesn't like that. Too many things open at the same time. Let's try. I think I'll see. Okay, yeah. But you can see just the crazy amount of noise that was in here. So this is a very extreme version. I'll drag this on, and I'll take you through the steps of how to use it and then show you some post-shot examples as well. So it's hidden away a little bit, and I've got this denoise ready thing here, and what that will do is basically just turn on the light amount of denoise. What I'm going to do is just extract 10 frames, so we've got something to work with. And in this particular one, I ran them basically a project without denoising and one with, just to compare the results. So if you've got denoise on after extraction, it will automatically denoise the frames, and that will look like this folder. You'll basically get the denoise frames being created in here, and this is a light denoise. You can go up to a strong as well. So what I'll do is I might cancel that to show you the differences. If you didn't have it checked on, it will extract the frames, but it won't run them. So you've got two options. You can either check it on, re-extract, and then it runs them, or you can kind of run it manually, basically. So you can hit preview on a frame, and that will update just in the preview editor here, so you can get a sense of, you know, is this too much? Is it too strong? The higher you go, you lose more noise, but you lose features as well. So if I ran this one, you see it gets less noisy, but you're sort of, it's like a filter being added onto everything. So things can deteriorate in one aspect and get better in another. So you'll get less noise, but maybe less features to detect because it's smoothing everything out within the denoise. So it's not something I definitely say you must use on everything. It's really only in extreme situations I think that it's valid. But I've done some tests, and even the light denoising definitely helps. It's super slow. It has to run it on an 8K frame, tile it, put it back together, etc. So yeah, that can just be a little bit too much, but basically that's how it works. So if you want it to run in the batch mode, you would have this turned on, and you can delete the frames if you want. So we do that, and then that folder's gone basically. So yeah, we don't delete anything. We keep the frames, run them denoise as a separate thing, and then that gets put into everything else. One other useful thing that's turned on is in a line, we've got use mask for alignment, and we've also got use denoise frames for alignment, or use denoise frames for cube maps. So because there's a lot of noise, it creates a lot more features, so your alignment can be off a little bit, but it's very dependent on the actual images that you're putting through. So we can decide to only have them on the cube maps that use the denoised frames, which essentially is what's going into the splat. So you could align with the non-denoised frames, and then only output cube maps with the denoised frames, or use them for alignment and for the denoising. I tend to find keeping it all together seems to be a better way of doing it. to me. And then this is just to show you an example of how it came out. So on the left is the no denoise is being applied. So we've still got quite a lot of noise going on. I found a lot of stuff just in above us here, kind of came out through that noise. And you can kind of see the state of that trolley as well. And then this is the one, I think this was denoise set at strong. And I'm only doing an orbit around this just for some test data. But you see the trolley came out a lot better comparatively. And also this sign's quite interesting from the side. With the noisy one, you're tending to get a lot of stuff in there, and it's a little bit sharper on that one. So not going to be used on everything you do, but it's a useful feature to have in case you were forced to use a high ISO and there was nothing else you can do. So that's just a quick rundown of what the denoiser does and how it works.